There's nothing worse than when you're editing a video and you keep getting some error message that you don't know how to fix. This used to happen to me all the time when I was first learning how to edit, and I didn't understand how to properly troubleshoot the problem. It's no fun scrolling through endless Reddit threads trying to understand all of the different technical jargon. So I'm going to do my best to try and simplify the whole process and show you some solutions to the most common error messages that you'll come across in Premiere Pro. First up is going to be the warp stabilizer speed error. Whenever you try and add the warp stabilizer effect onto any clip that already has a speed adjustment, Premiere's going to hit you with an error message that says warp stabilizer and speed cannot be used on the same clip. It is just like Premiere to give you some sort of an error message but not offer a solution to the problem. But thankfully, that's what I'm here for. If you want to add warp stabilizer onto a speed adjusted clip, you can do this with one simple trick called nesting. And what nesting essentially does is it takes whatever clips you have selected and will package them into its own sequence. In order to do this, you just right click on whatever clips you'd like and go down to where it says nest. Once you do this, you'll see the border of your clip change to green, which means it's nested. And once that happens, you can just drag and drop the warp stabilizer effect onto your clip with no error message. If for some reason you need to readjust the speed settings, you can just double click on the nested sequence, which will bring back your original clip, and you can edit it right from there. The next ominous Premiere Pro error that we're going to dive into is the media offline error. There's nothing scarier than trying to open up a project that you've been working hard on and being greeted by a red screen and Premiere Pro yelling at you in 10 different languages that it can't find your footage. But don't worry, there's an easy fix for this too. All that this error message means is that the original location of your footage has changed, and Premiere Pro needs help locating the new path to it. This could be for a number of reasons, but it's most likely because you were either editing off of a hard drive that's no longer plugged in, or the footage has been moved to a new folder on your computer. All that you need to do to fix this is go over to your media browser and select all the clips that are no longer linked. Then just right click and go down to where it says link footage. This will bring up a pop-up window with all of the missing footage, and you just go down to where it says link and then find the new location of that specific clip on your computer and hit open. As long as your footage is located within the same folder, Premiere generally does a pretty good job of automatically relinking all of the other footage as well. Finally, let's talk about every editor's nightmare, which is your entire project crashing. Hopefully if this happens, you at least had a chance to save your project or have a recent autosave that you're able to work off of. It's a really good habit to get used to hitting Command S after every few minutes to save any changes you've made so you don't need to redo them. There's a number of different reasons why Premiere could be crashing, but I've found that this starts to happen more the more complex your project gets. If you're editing using a lot of different effects and different types of media, what can happen is it can become too hard for your computer to process, which leads to Premiere crashing. To fix this, I render out specific portions of my video that Premiere's having trouble processing, and I replace them with the rendered footage. This just packages everything together and makes it much easier for Premiere to process. You should always be sure to duplicate your original sequence though, so that you can go back and make changes again if you need to. And there you have it. Hopefully I was able to help you avoid the headache of dealing with some of these errors and help you out along the way. If you enjoyed this video and were able to learn something new, check out my channel for more photo and video tutorials like this one. Thanks for taking the time to watch this all the way through, and I hope that this better helps you find your flow.